Hi, I recently bought the Yamaha Reface CS. Right, so there's 3 reasons why I purchased the Yamaha CS, and the first one is portability, because this is a very small battery-powered keyboard. Of course, you can hook it up with a bundled AC adapter, but to me it's important that it was battery-powered. The second reason is sound, and sound is obviously always very important to me, and I heard plenty of great demos of the Yamaha Reface CS. Now the third reason is user-friendly. The Yamaha Reface CS has a very quick and simple user interface. And I've got a big family with 3 kids, and all of them like to play, so the Reface CS was a great fit. The Yamaha CS is very simple to work with, yet can yield very huge and cinematic sounds. I know there's already plenty of reviews on YouTube covering every aspect of the Yamaha Reface CS, so in this video I'll keep it short, simple, and will focus on the core, which is the sounds. And I will show you how you can recreate some classic sounds like a lead melody synth, a super saw, pad, and a Pluck sound. Right, so let's begin with the lead sound, and we'll first initialize the Yamaha CS. And since there's no preset storage on the Yamaha CS, a quick way to initialize is to drag the LFO to off, and drag the effects to off, and drag the texture and mod all the way down, and the same with the depth and speed. And a cutoff to the top, and the envelope generation fader to the bottom. And that should give us the basic sawtooth. So first, let's look at the oscillator, and we have it set to the sawtooth, and we will bump the texture a little bit and listen what happens. We get an additional oscillator, an octave below, so we can mix between these 2 oscillators. So let's drag the texture to the middle here, so we have both of these oscillators happening, and drag the modulation a little bit up. So we can get that nice unison spread on the sawtooth. Just don't go overboard or it'll sound very out of tune. So, maybe like that. Now let's look at the LFO to add a little bit of modulation and more interest to that basic unison super saw sound. So with LFO we can set it to maybe modulate the filter. And to actually hear this, we need to drag the filter cutoff a little bit down. Maybe like that. And add a little bit of depth to the filter modulation. Increase the speed so we can actually hear something happening. Add a little bit of resonance. And let's finally drag up the envelope generator for the amplitude between the amplitude and the filter, maybe halfway. That means that the effect of the LFO will sound a little bit later in time. And now finally we will add some effects, and for this lead sound we can use a delay, which is often nice on lead sounds. Drag the depth to the middle and the rate around the middle here. Finally, if you want to add some portamento or have this as a monophonic sound, you can drag portamento to mono or to the glide. And there you have a basic sweet melody that will cut through in the mix. Now let's convert this into a super saw poly sound that you can use for chords. So drag the portamento back to poly and drag the filter a little bit back, and we can get rid of the effect for the time being. And we will remove that filter modulation. So drag the depth to the bottom. And maybe instead modulate the oscillator. And let's bump the texture and the model. And finally add some chorus to make this even bigger. So there we have a sweet, big, cinematic polysynth sound. Now, if you want to sweeten this sound, you can, of course, add an external effect. And an external effect I recommend combining with the Yamaha CS is the Zoom MS70 CDR, because it's very cheap and contains a flora of different effects. You have like reverbs, delays, choruses, compressors, gates, and all the different effects that you will ever need. So let's hook this one up and hear how it sounds with this patch. So let's get rid of the effect. Okay, so how do we convert this into a sweet pad? Maybe we can try the square wave, which also contains 2 oscillators. To make this a pad, we increase the attack more, increase the sustain, and increase the release. So let's try that with the zoom effect. Nice. Right, so for a Pluck sound, let's drag down the LFO to off and set it to poly, and maybe use the 5th oscillator. We need a short attack for the Pluck. Have the envelope generator between the amplitude and filter envelope, maybe in the middle. And shorten the decay, shorten the sustain, shorten the release. And yeah, we can have it to set it to the delay effect. Add a little bit of texture. Add the LFO, assign it to the oscillator. With a little bit of depth. So there we have a sweet little Pluck sound. And then we can experiment with the texture and the mod for different flavors of the Pluck. And with some external effect to sweeten this sound. And for some lo-fi sound, maybe increase the speed a little bit and the cutoff. Right, so let's finalize this by creating a bass sound. So let's go to that sawtooth again. Remove the effect. And bump the octave down. And decrease the cutoff. So let's activate the chorus. Let's quickly look at the looper. So let's first clear our loop, then we're going to rec, and we will get 4 bars of count in. Let's drag down the tempo a bit. So you can hear it's an extremely versatile instrument, and you can really make it sound analog if you modulate the oscillator depth with a very slow speed like that on the sawtooth. Because you can hear the pitch will drift in and out. So, the Yamaha Reface CS, an extremely versatile, portable synth with great sound quality, quick to work with, and great for the family. Please let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, bye!